Ladies and gentlemen, we sold him. Andrew Borza has left the building and he has joined our rival. Look who the manager of Anderlecht is. It's Company. It's freaking Vincent Company. Hi guys, MrSpaceman reporting for duty and welcome back to another episode where in this episode we are going to complain that Vincent Company hates us. Maybe he doesn't because he overpaid a little bit for Borza, so maybe he's making amends. Maybe he realized that giving us Liverpool all those years ago was a bit harsh, so maybe now he's like, look, I'll give you lots of money. But Vincent Company is back for a second stint in Belgium. From my understanding, that is his second stint, right? Yeah, so he managed there before, left to play in Burnley, left to be in Lazio, and then came back to Anderlecht. I don't know if he's done super well. Yeah, he's been sacked, unfortunately. He did win the Super Cup, though, and he won the whatever the hell that is. He won that. He did really good. To be fair, it's kind of wild to me. I think the only weird thing is that his judging ability and potential is so low, but everything else is quite nice. And it's also weird, I guess, because his technical knowledge hasn't improved yet. He's been a manager for a while. But anyways, why am I here on Company's face? I need to be talking about the video. Yes, guys, today we're taking on Inter Milan in the Champions League because the Champions League group stage has started and we are already in 15th place after playing one game. But we have a very fun double game for you today. It's going to be Inter and it's going to be another massive Italian side because apparently we have to play all the top Italian teams. I don't know why. So the plan for today's episode is obviously to play the Inter Milan game, which is, well, right now, the very first thing we do. And then after a little bit of time, after we play all these games off camera, we play Juventus at home in the Stadion FK Partizan. And we don't have Ait Nouri, or Borza actually for that matter. Yikes. But what has happened since the last episode where we managed to beat Crvena Zvezda 2-0 in a very late fashion? Well, we have done something quite similar. We scored 2 goals against Željezničar, who has lost their manager, ironically, to Crvena Zvezda. Funny story. Milovanovic on the score sheet and Villagra on the score sheet as well. After complaining that he wants to leave, he's starting to score. Not going to complain there. Then we made our debut in the Champions League for this year and we managed to beat Lens 1-0. Not the most exciting game, but we got the dub, which is very, very important. Lens is always a decent side. And last year, they even got second place in Liga 1 Uber Eats. Second place? Wait. I mean, obviously Paris Saint-Germain has won this, but they were the second closest. And wow, how good is their side? I mean, to be fair, I saw this game initially. I played it and I was like, oh, this is quite tough. Maybe they're actually a proper good side. They have Domenico Tedesco as the manager, who I love so much. But the squad is fine, I think. Maybe it's just the way that Lens is. They just somehow managed to, be good. But the final game was against Čukarički, where we scored 2 goals with Estevao and Tosic, who scored an own goal on the score sheet. And that brings us straight to the Inter game, which, we're going to be missing a certain left back, which is going to be annoying. So we're going to have to try and walk around that and hope that Barco doesn't break. Because there's some very, very good sides that we're going to have to face over the year until we get Ryan Ait Nouri. So that's going to kind of suck. I mean, the transfer window closes tonight. I don't think much else is going to happen. I have some money there. We're signing some more players. Like, for example, Jan Jurena is going to come next year. He's a good kid. A in the scouting report. I think he's quite okay. We're signing him for like 1 million or something. So, another kind of, punt for the future. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But again, when you have so much money, you can't afford to spend 1 million on players because you know what happens. You go to Brazil, you sign someone for 13 million and then they suck. Well, it's this guy, we sign him for 1 million. And if he sucks, well, we can sell him for like 600K and not lose that much money. So yeah, welcome to the team. I think he can do well. He's good at tackling, which is very, very important. And decent physicals already, which is, again, not something we're used to here at Partizan. But yeah, we still have some money to burn. Not that much, to be fair. Only 7 million remaining and 25K in the wage budget. But our finances are great. 114 million, which, if we do well in the Champions League, will boost up again. We're starting to be a very stable side. We keep signing players. We keep selling players. Look, we actually made more money this year than we signed. So the money should be growing. I don't know why it isn't growing more, but, we do a good job buying and selling players. We just need to make sure that we keep the level, keep trying to challenge for the top leagues, and keep bullying teams like Inter Milan. And for today's game, let me introduce you to these 11 people that will hopefully bully Inter Milan, just like they bullied AC Milan, and just like they will bully Juventus in today's episode. A man can dream. But here is your starting lineup. Hudikov in goal, Milinkovic on the left, Vitek in the middle, Voigt on the right, who's been doing I think quite good. 7.24 rating is already much better than St. Just. I'm really happy that he's gone. On the left, we're going to have Barco, who also had a decent start to the season. 7.65 rating. Not a bad start. Martinelli on the right-hand side. Stamenic and Tim in the midfield. Up front, we're going to have Deans, Moyanta for this game, and Milovanovic up front. We're now reaching a point where even Moyanta is starting to complain about game time, which is wild. Which means that Saldania will have to chill out on the bench, unfortunately. And also, a quick update on Moyanta, because I haven't checked before starting to record. Is he yet a Serbian national? He is not yet. He's still awaiting paperwork, so hopefully that's going to come through soon. And I'm going to be extremely happy to get off another foreign player, and he's going to be a Serbian kid. It would be quite nice if he played for the Serbian national team, but so far he's carrying Thailand with 44 caps and 34 goals. Yeah, he's doing good. But yeah, anyways, hopefully he does good today against Inter Milan. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's start the freaking game. Vamos! Or what's the word for vamos in Italian? Yeah, I don't know. If only I prepared to the start of this episode, I would have known their starting lineup. They have Thuram, they have Martinez, Barea is still there. And apart from that, Meslier's in goal, Pavard is still there, and DeMarco is there. You know, Inter Milan looks quite good. And to be fair, they've always looked quite good. But we look better, I think, and I hope. You know, you never know how these things are going to turn out. We're playing at San Siro, I think. It kind of still looks like it. I guess in this universe, they haven't moved stadiums yet. Actually, I don't know if they've moved yet in real life as well. So that's kind of curious to see. Okay, it's the 23rd minute. And I'm going to make an instruction change straight away. I'm going to go work into the box. And I'm going to go a little more, slightly shorter, a bit more, I guess the directness a bit more direct. And a bit lower tempo. I want to get possession back. We're not creating anything. I don't like that. So I'm also going to pass into space because we know that Milovanovic is kind of going to be rushing on. And so with that in mind, if I am passing into space, work of the ball into the box is going to be removed. So I'm going to click OK. Hopefully that makes a change because I am a little bit disappointed at the start. Yes, we're playing against a tough team, but also I want to be that tough team that bullies the other teams. As DeMarco puts a cross in, Milinkovic will collect. It's nice to have some world-class center backs to kind of, you know, lean on. It's good. Lang finds Ostergaard, who finds DeMarco, who's not marked at all. We're still finding the same issues as we always do, and our left backs are out of position. And the person called Federico DeMarco scores. Out of all the talent that's on the pitch for both sides, it is a random left back, and not random left back, he's a good left back, scores a goal because he's not marked. I don't know what Barca was doing. No one was marking. Maybe the set piece training needs to have done better. If only Thuram would have touched it, he would have been offside. But no, he didn't. I mean, back-to-back highlights for them. Absolutely stressful. Milovanovic clears. Why is he there? He needs to be further up as Deans will hopefully try to launch a counter. He's not fast enough. DeMarco is, well, I'm saying his name more often than I should because, you know, again, he's a left back playing on the right. Wild. Lautaro Martinez finds himself in lots of space, finds Thuram, who has a chance of his own to score. He dinks Hudyakov, and that's a nice little 1-2 from Inter Milan, and we have to turn on panic stations. What the hell? I did not expect this. I mean, obviously, again, Inter Milan is good. There's no shame in admitting that Inter Milan is good, but what is going on? The players have not woken up. No one is doing the greatest of jobs. They've kind of hit us on 2 counters. Like, yes, they're a bit lucky, but you know, I kind of hoped we could do better against them, and we still haven't created any chances. Maybe it's time for a change at halftime. I don't know, as we're rolling to another highlight, and I'm going to shout demand more because 33 minutes and 3 goals will not be a good start as Thuram finds himself in lots of space. And we are getting thrashed. Why are we getting thrashed? Unbelievable. Should I just end the episode already? That is an awful start to the Champions League, at least live comms for you guys. The squad is, most of this team has played together for a long time. We have 2 new players, really. And yet 3-0 against Inter Milan. So quick, so, what's it called? They were very clinical with their chances and we can't create anything. Maybe we need to make some changes, but Barco will take the ball, finally doing something creative. Will he find Lachlan Deans, who's doing his best to hide from his teammates? As Barco continues running down the left-hand side, can you create? He can't. Finds Milinkovic instead, who is going to meander up. Finds Lachlan Deans finally, who's lost his marker, who is going to lead us back into defense. That's wild. Milinkovic. Barco. Can we create something better than just holding the ball with Barco? Because the man is struggling. He needs options, and Milan are parking the bus a little bit. That looks like a low press to me, as Tim finds Moyanta on the right-hand side. Can you start a comeback? You can't! You just missed the target. Oh, wow. This is not a good start. This is not a good game for us to start. Oh my freaking god. It's half time, he says, as another highlight rolls up, as Tim finds himself on the ball, and Foyth will hopefully play the ball forward instead of backwards. No, he doesn't. No, he freaking doesn't. Absolutely awful from every single person on this side. We need to make something different. We need to challenge, well, we need to challenge Inter Milan. I mean, I know obviously we've done, interesting comebacks before. Like, for example, against Real Madrid, we can score 4 in the second half. But Tim, can he score 1 right now? He can. First goal of the season for Tim. 3-1. He does the little robot celebration. And, not good enough, boys. Good goal, but 3-1 against Inter Milan. We can hope. We can dream. That was a good chance. We could have had 2 goal-scoring opportunities. Hopefully, they have become complacent. And hopefully, we can make them pay for it. But I think at this rate, we need to make subs. We really need to make subs at halftime. So here is the halftime, and as you can see, Inter Milan has played us out of the park. We probably should leave the pitch straight away, but I guess we can't really. We have to play till the end. The players are demotivated. I am extremely demotivated, and I hope you aren't. So smash the like button, support these guys, because they need all the help they can get, and I'm going to give it to them by making some substitutions. And first of all, I am taking off Milovanovic, and I think I'm going to maybe put him instead of Deans, and then I'm going to put Popovic up front, and I'm going to stop messing around. Deep lying forward, it works most of the time. It worked against Real Madrid. Let's see if it works again. Obviously, Moinata is not doing too hotly. Maybe it's time to bring Saldana on, because... Oh, yeah. And Stamenic is not doing good either, but I guess I don't want to do anything much about this. Martinelli is playing like trash, so I'm going to put him on support, so he can kind of be a little bit more defended. And I think with that in mind, we don't have any other, really, subs that we can make. I think this will work for now. We've made some changes. I think we need to make some more changes here. I think potentially go more direct. We need to chase the game a little bit more. Pass into space will be taking off as well. And we're going to put back work ball into the box. Just need to make sure we are making this ball to Popovic. And I think in terms of other things, maybe we're pressing a little bit too high and that's why we're being countered. That's the way we play. That's the Spaceman way. So we need to keep to at least some of our tactics. Right, second half and instantly a highlight. If we get a second goal now, this will be a perfect start. And this will mean we're back to 1-0. Absolutely incredible how math works out. When you are 3-1 and then, it gets to 3-2 and then you subtract 2 from 3 and then you get 1 and then that's maths. And then you can see how boring this game is because I have to do this filler stuff as Barco finds Milovanovic. I hope the players are a bit more motivated, and it maybe looks like it, as long as they don't make a mistake and then they counter us again, which will be awful. But St. Just isn't here, so hopefully it's not going to be that bad, as Milovanovic in a new position finds Barco, who's going to lose the ball, but Milinkovic helps collect. The high press works. Milovanovic finds himself lots of space. Is he going to put a cross in? He finds Tim, and Tim is carrying this team to victory. Tim Breithaupt is doing Tim things. Second goal. He scored his first goal for the club. He scored his second goal for the club. And we're down to 3-2 only. What in the ever-loving heck is Tim? He looked at the videos. He saw the video with Valverde. And he's like, boss, I saw what you did. I know what you need. Here you go. 2 goals for him. 3-2. We have a chance. We have a freaking chance. I mean, or do we have a chance? Because nothing happened. Hudikov is having a 6.2 rating. Oh my god, 6.2, in danger of losing discipline. I need to speak to him because he's not doing good, but we need to make some changes right here, right freaking now. So I'm going to go for broke, and I'm going to put Vitek off the pitch, and I'm going to probably put Vivieros on, stick Popovic as an advanced forward, and put Vivieros as a deep, maybe poacher. He's going to be a poacher, why not? And then I'm going to have to drop Barco, and I'm going to have to drop Martinelli a little bit so they kind of stop doing crazy things. And I'm going to have to take off Martinelli, and I'm going to play Sakamoto at right back. Maybe that could be some good stuff. Probably just a wing back on attack. I think he is right-footed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you can see he's right-footed. So we're going to go to something a little bit more basic, as we're going to have 2 inside forwards. We're chasing the game. We're going to go more direct. We're going to simplify everything. Can I make more subs? We're chasing a goal. We need to, and a 4-2-4 will give us the best chance. Let's click confirm, and let's see if that makes any difference. And it's good that I didn't make a sub because Saldana got injured, which is awful. So we're going to have to bring on most likely Estevao to come and help out and maybe do something. I just noticed one quick thing, if I can actually look at the analytics. So it looks like they're parking the midfield, and it looks like we're not playing at all. So maybe we need to stop being silly. Maybe, no, what the hell am I doing? I misclicked. I'm so used to the old format. Maybe in transition, can we play wide or something? No, distribute to flanks is too hard, I think, for me at this moment in time. I'll get rid of distribute to center back, and I'm going to try and play it to maybe fullback so they can start playing it out straight away. Maybe something like this. That should potentially help. And I think maybe a little bit wider, just on the attacking with spread the play. They don't tend to go there anyways. So we need to do a little bit better there. We have a chance. It's a corner. Barco puts it in. Milinkovic! No one! Berea clears it. We still have it. It's still with us. Vivieros, will you play it back to the person that can hopefully get it? As Foyth gets the ball and almost dispossessed by Lautaro Martinez. And that's the end of the highlight. FM, why are you doing this to me? There are 6 minutes left and we're playing it out the back. An awful performance in terms of, well, in terms of our back too, really. But hopefully we can do a little bit better, as we saw that the ball was played straight to Barco. None of that stuff in the midfield. We're spreading the play. Can that make a difference? No, because Barco can't pass, as Dumfries finds himself on the ball with Ostigard launching it forward. They're playing direct, we're playing direct, but we pick it up. Stamenic has not played himself into the game. In fact, he's made it worse. 6.2 rating. But with a pass like this, he finds Milovanovic, who will find the keeper. And that is the end of our chance. Man, we're doing the things that I want them to do. It's just for some reason we start floating out of games. And obviously Inter Milan is a very good side. I want to be at that level where we comfortably beat teams like Inter. Because if we can't beat Inter, you know, at least 60% of the times, we will struggle against the big sides. As Lautaro Martinez continues the run, can he hopefully be stopped? He finds... Okay, that's offside. Don't worry, boys. I saw that. Christopher Baumgartner scored a goal, but it was offside. Because if it isn't, I am ending this episode right here. And you'll have a shorter episode today instead of a double game against, you know, Inter and Juventus. And the goal is disallowed. Maybe I should be a ref. I mean, what do we do at this rate? Like, I might just throw everyone on. Like, I don't think it really matters, to be fair. I think we've kind of fumbled the bag a little bit. So I'm going to stick Stamenic as an anchor, put Sakamoto and Barco all the way up front, and stick Tim behind. It's not going to make any difference. Let's go very attacking. You know, let's just play till the end. Let's see if I can make any changes to the side. And the answer is most likely no, although we get a highlight just to piss me off. As Popovic will pick the ball up. It doesn't roll out. As Barco finds himself on the outside of the box. Can you create something? He finds Milovanovic, who finds Milinkovic, who finds Stamenic. Can you put in a nice cross? He can. He finds Milovanovic. It's blocked. Sakamoto. Sakamoto hits the crossbar. No. Sakamoto hits the crossbar on the 96th minute. We lose against Inter Milan. Ay. How did we do this? How did this happen to me? Better play in the second half. We deserved more out of this game. Unfortunately, Hudikov had his rare negative game, and that is not good. Tim carried us as much as he could, but it wasn't enough. I mean, it's so freaking close. I don't like the fact that we didn't create much this game, but I guess we did all we could. Maybe I keep hyping Partizan to be better. I mean, we keep making it clutch when it's needed, and I guess we don't have that strength to play, you know, in a typical league fashion. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's something we need to keep working. But the players will develop, the players will continue, and hopefully in the next game, which will be in a month, I think, against Juventus, we will beat them. And hopefully, meanwhile, all these games will help us prepare for that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, Saldania is not going to play that game. He's not going to play a single game, I think, till the end of this year. So one Italian team down, one more to go. We're taking on Juventus in the UEFA Champions League phase, and there are some good news and some bad news. The first good news, let's start with the good news. It's always good to be positive. Juventus is going to be without Arthur, Federico Chiesa, Winston McKennie, and Angelino, which is good. However, we have some issues on our side because we don't have Ait-Nouri, which is fair enough. We don't have Saldania, which we saw just before. We don't have Lachlan Deans, which is a bit frustrating. We don't have Estevao, and we don't have Valentin Barco. Oh boy. But before I show you the team that's going to hopefully beat Juventus today, let me quickly catch you up on what has happened since, well, this Inter game, because we had to play a few games off camera. So after the disappointing 3-2 game against Inter, we managed to beat India 3-0. Absolutely good stuff there. Lots of players getting some good time. Alexander Kilchanin is continuing his development and playing very, very well. Sufana Mojanata with a goal, Esava with a goal, and Milovanovic as well. We managed to score a solitary goal against Radnik, and it took a 75th minute goal from Marko Stamenic to score that, which was absolutely wild. So after that, we managed to beat Radnik 1-0, and it took Marko Stamenic coming off the bench to change the score from 0-0, which was not a very good performance, not gonna lie. And so I got pissed off and I played our strikerless formation where we managed to beat Vojvodina 4-0, and Kalichanin once again, being the GOAT that he is and having an 8.3 rating, he had a man of the match performance in a game where Barrios scored a double. This kid is good. Now, unfortunately, we have a wonder kid Brazilian who's coming in, which I've told you about ages ago. Where is he? Lucas Gabriel. This guy is very, very good. Very, very, very freaking good. But yeah, he is developing into a wonderful goalkeeper. And I think he'll be the next backup goalkeeper after Hudikov, which is kind of disappointing. But this kid's good. Hopefully in the next few years, he will take over Hudikov, and then Hudikov will have to be replaced. Maybe. Anyways, this is going to be the starting lineup for today's game against Juventus. And we've made some changes as well, because Sakamoto is starting on the left because Barco is unfortunately injured. And I sold Borza at the right time because Barco hadn't had a single game injured last year, I don't think. And then he got injured twice. So that's a bit annoying. Sakamoto can play on the right-hand side as a fullback, so he's also going to be able to play on the left-hand side. I mean, he has the idea of it. I think he has the mentals for it. Maybe he doesn't dribble, so that's the only downside. But apart from that, I think this will be as best as we can. So we're going to play like this. We're going to have Hudikov, Milinkovic, Vitic, Voith, Sakamoto, Martinelli, Stamenic, Brainhout. Hopefully he scores a double today. Milovanovic behind the striker, Popovic on the right, and up front, Mojanta, because obviously we don't have Saldania, and we don't have Barrios, because I made them play under 19 level to get some fitness. So we don't have him. Yeah, but anyways, this is the starting lineup. We're ready to take on Juventus. We played quite well against Inter Milan in the second half, but I hope today in the first half we play better against Juventus. Actually, before I go into the tunnel, I have made some tactical changes in between me clicking continue and obviously this screen. So I had to think about, and Sakamoto, I looked at this before and it didn't click, but his dribbling is meh. His crossing is meh. So I was wondering if I can focus on his ability to kind of play with the ball a little bit. He's got decent passing, decent vision, decent marking and stuff. So what if I make him a defensive player on this side and make him invert? And then Martinelli's the opposite because he's right-footed. I'll make him a wing back. And then that's going to be the only change that I do, really. I don't know. Do you guys ever do this? Do you sometimes click through a tactic and then go, maybe I can change something? Yeah, it happens sometimes with me. Very rarely, because usually I do kind of copy-paste my own tactics over and over again. But this is how Juventus lines up. And I am curious if Allegri is still there because, I mean, that looks very defensive. 5-2-1-2. And it looks like they're here to kind of counter us potentially, although they have Keane and Vlahovic up front. So, you know, obviously very, very good world-class players. But I don't recognize many of their other players. Like, they don't have Chiesa, obviously. So I'm curious who their manager is. It's not Allegri. It's Julian Stefan, who is who? He used to manage Strasbourg and Rennes. He looks okay. Maybe he knows what he's doing. That's, I guess, his favorite tactic. 3-4-1-2 or 5-2-1-2. Adventurous mentality. Is it though? I mean, what happened to Allegri? Did he get sacked or something? I mean, I'm not surprised that he will be. Yeah, of course he did. Over how many years? 2.5 years, almost 3 years actually. He only won the Italian Cup. And how did this guy do? He won nothing. Poor Juventus, man. I mean, here's hoping we can capitalize on the fact they haven't won anything with the fact that we have won lots of things. Will we be able to play with a slightly different side as Keane finds lots of time on the ball, hits the crossbar, alarm bells ringing, second minute, and we almost dropped down a goal so early. We cannot start well. I think this usually happens in the earlier stages of our Champions League thing, is that our players are like cars in winter. For all you Serbian people, you should know this reference. Like, the car takes forever to start, but once it gets going, once you kind of warm up everything, it starts doing much, much better. And that's kind of what it feels like we have as well, except we don't have any possession or any chances. Maybe not defensive, maybe support, so we get a little bit of, more creativity there. Maybe something like this. I don't know. I mean, he looks to be doing okay so far, and he's going against a guy called Belanova. Look at that, 7.0. Look at that. I'm cooking. Unfortunately, my strikers aren't cooking, and this is going to be the quickest half I've ever seen. Better than last half, that's for sure. We're not down 3-0, which is a positive, I guess. And end of the highlight. End of the highlight, end of the half. Nothing has happened. We're not creative at all. What is going on here? I mean, I'm far from pleased with this performance. Like, the more I work on certain tactics, the less I feel like it works. Like, obviously, it's not good to chop and change, but it's also good to change things so people don't get stuck and, like, other teams can't predict you. But this should be a decent enough formation. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we are missing a very strong wingback here. And I guess Muinata being dropped to a support function also doesn't help. I don't know. I'm going to switch him to an attacking role. I'm going to switch Milovanovic as a shadow striker. Or more likely, I will do this. I will put Popovic up here. No, I'll put Popovic on this side. And I will put Milovanovic as an advanced forward. Drop people down a little bit. And then put Popovic as a poacher. And that way we can have more people up front. But it looks like we'll have absolutely no one here, which is not good. Or maybe, I don't know, man. It's like when things like this happen, I have to think a little bit, because my thought process now is, where is he? Belanova. He's having a poor game, 6.5 rating. We need to abuse it a little bit. So maybe what I can do is I can switch these guys around, put Reinhardt, why am I saying his name? Putting Tim up front like this, and put Stamenic here as a ball-winning midfielder, and just try and attack the left-hand side. Maybe. Let's see, focus play down the left. Just bully the poor guy over and over again. It would have been nice if we had a better wing-back, although he can use his left. Maybe I can just put him as a normal wing-back, and then use that and abuse that. I don't know. Maybe this will work, but we need to do something different. We're not having any shots on target. Will this tactical change do anything? I mean, fast forward to me saying, absolutely not. We lost 10-0, but here we are. We start with Stamenic on the ball. Finds Voith. Tim is playing it out. Milovanovic is playing it out. Will he line up a shot? He just misses. And that was a good chance. Again, not a shot on target, but that's something better. That's something exciting. We didn't have any of those in the first half, so maybe this could be good. And we have an instant one as well. Martinelli finds Sakamoto. Hey, Sakamoto, second goal of the season. First goal for you guys in the life. Wait, that's not offside? Oh my god. This came out of nowhere. Martinelli and Sakamoto combined, the two wingbacks. Finds himself in lots of space. I changed him to a wingback role, and he does wingback things. Yes! Come on! Another highlight. Martinelli, what do you have in your box? Come on, can you do something? Finds Gatti, who finds Vlahovic. Divingly header jumps out. He finds Keane. That's a good pass, to be fair. Can we stop him? We can, as Voith will find Stamenic, who will find Martinelli, who will find a long ball to Muinata, who is freed up from his support duty. Popovic! Matija Popovic! Come on, boys. This is the Partizan way, and this is why I think I can make it in the big game. I made a change. It worked. It paid off, apart from the fact that both goals did not come from where I wanted the play to happen. But ignore that. I made some changes on the right side as well, as Martinelli finds a beautiful pass to Muinata, who finds Popovic, nicely timed the run, runs through Bremer, and we score a goal. Come on. I don't know. Maybe this is the way. Maybe I line up like this now. Maybe no more asymmetric stuff. Maybe we have to play like this. But first things first, we need to make subs. Some of our players are a little bit tired. And even better, some players are still injured. So Barco, despite the fact that he doesn't have an injury button here, is injured. At least he was injured before. It's kind of interesting because I can see Estevao still has... I don't know what happens. This game is sometimes broken. So we'll have Jankovic come from this side. Can we do any other changes? Well, I think I'm going to put off Viveiros on instead of Popovic and then switch these two around. Because Popovic can play on the left, Jankovic can play on the right, and Viveiros obviously can lead the line. And I think we can also make some subs here, as Brainthout will be subbed off for Villacra. And I think I'm going to make one more change. And do I risk Teklak? I will put Teklak in the wing and put Martinelli on ball-winning midfielder role. I think it's fine. I'll keep one more sub just in case some crazy things have happened. Last game, we had this with Saldania, where I could have made that extra sub, and that could have bit me in the butt. We have a highlight. Let's go. Sakamoto's playing really well. Is that his position now? Do we like players that actually don't have the right foot for the wing-back position? Playing in that role as Villagra. Instantly runs down the side, finds Sakamoto, who hits someone in the box. Arguments for handball? No, not really. But El Canus is going to run, and Teklak, what a professional challenge, gets sent off. And I am correct for not using the sub. I don't know what the hell this kid was doing. Getting a red card in this moment in time is slightly suicidal, if I'm gonna be honest. What does this mean for me? Well, most likely this means that Popovic, I think, is gonna have to come off, and we're gonna risk Barco and switch him with Sakamoto, and then probably play Jankovic as a second striker. And I think we need to go a little bit more direct. Let's drop everyone just a smidge lower. Just a smidge lower. Drop the lines a little bit. Still have high. Have a mid block. Drop a bit. Yeah, you put us in a bad position, mate. Not good. I think Villagra can be on support, and rest, this will be fine. My god, that was a beautiful tackle. I'm so happy, man. You got to see this. It's just so stupid. Although, who knows, maybe it would have been a goal. In a parallel universe somewhere, that's a goal. As Martinelli passes it to Stan Stitch. Okay, Locatelli will play it out. Finds Keane on the left-hand side. Do not bring him down. Be careful, Keane. Finds Sule. And Sule, who was brought on after that red card, is getting a goal back. We need to be balanced. I think we need to be absolutely careful. Martinelli did not need to do this. He's too good and too composed to do these kind of mistakes. We're down to 2-1, and it's squeaky bum time because, oh my god, it's 2-1. We need to be careful. I mean, can we survive the scare? It is another corner, and there's a few minutes left as Bajicic will jump. Someone jumps up. Vlahovic hits our player, and just like we had a chance to score against Inter Milan, they had a chance to score against us in the last minutes. I think either hit the post or our player. They have a second bite at the cherry. We do clear it. Sule is going to be their savior for them. Can he do something again? Jankovic, our attacking forward, stops the play. And Viveiros, can he be careful? Martinelli plays a safe pass this time. We need to be careful. Played out the back. Can this be the end of this? It can. We beat Juventus 2-1. Oh, now this is good. This is good, guys. We're showing the big teams that we can mix it in with them. We did lose to Inter Milan. That's absolutely fine. But we beat Juventus today. Let's go. Okay, happy days, everyone. 2-1 against Juventus, 3-2 against Inter Milan. So far, not a bad start to the season. The next games we're going to play is actually, we have an Anderlecht game, so we get to see our rival company, which is funny. So maybe I can do that episode next, Anderlecht and Borussia Dortmund, which will then leave the City game for me to play on its own later on down the line. But yeah, so we have Anderlecht, we have Borussia Dortmund, who we've beaten historically, but you know, it will be a hard game regardless. City, who, you know, we'd find out if we would have won the Champions League, if we got them in the final. And then Rangers and Ludogorets. So technically, I think we have a chance to get 9 points at least. Last year, we ended with 14 points. And if we get 9 points today, well, in the next few games, we'll be on 15. Is that the best we've been through in all of the years? So we had, obviously, 14 there. We had 16 here, so that's our best. And then, obviously, we had 10 here. And before we didn't exist, we played in the Europa. Yeah, so there we go. This will be interesting to see how well we do. Can we get a game against Borussia Dortmund? Can we get a win against City? Can we do anything else? And hopefully not lose any points against the smaller sides. I want to be in the top 8. I want to skip this massive cluster hell that is this part of the table, because we could get Liverpool, we could get Celtic, who knows? Like, that's the thing. That's the issue. Anyways, I hope you're excited. You'll see us for the next game against Anderlecht and Borussia Dortmund. I think that's a very exciting proposition. And I'll also tell you, obviously, all the cool things that are happening. That's really good. All right, we've played 2 amazing teams today. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you did. Leave me a comment if you think we deserve the win against Inter Milan. And I'll see you guys in the next freaking episode, which will be another Champions League game. Bye, guys.